My name is Sam. I'm from Aberyswyth University. One of our entry requirements is if you can actually pronounce the university. It is one of the hardest things to do. I'm joking. But everybody just calls it Aber. It saves time, it saves energy, it saves effort. But the way you say it is Aber, wrist, like your wrist, and then with. So it's Aberystwyth. Yeah, don't worry. So we are a Welsh university, based in the UK, obviously, and right by the coast, as you can see by the obvious picture of water. We were the first university in Wales, made in 1872, and one of the first in the UK to teach women, which I quite like that fact. We are not a city university, so it doesn't always suit everybody, but it's a community. You can see the university on the right-hand side there. We cover pretty much all your subjects, and it's about a 15-minute walk from the campus to the ocean, or the sea. You live on campus, you study on campus, so everything you need is in that one place. And then, does this got a laser? I don't know. Yes, oh, yes. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So you've got your campus and facilities all the way around here. So all of your libraries and lessons and lectures is all here. And then you live all the way around here. So I studied in the theatre department, and I lived there. It took me 20 seconds from my bedroom to my lecture. It was fantastic for those Monday morning lectures where I was a little bit hungover and didn't really want to get out of my pajamas. But it means that even if you live right on the edge and studying computer science in this building, it's about a 5-minute walk, which means it's a safe and friendly place. Everybody knows everybody. It's a kind of a community style. We've also got some of the best sunsets in the whole of the UK. I am biased. But this is just some of the sunsets that me and my friends have taken. We get dolphins. That's all right. And we have... So the ocean's quite cold, but you can still swim in there. So I do kayaking and surfing. I have a pretty good wetsuit, but it's possible. But it's the kind of lifestyle that our students have. I remember visiting the university 10 years ago. Oh, God. Don't laugh. When I was choosing universities. And I spent the whole day finding out about the courses, finding out what the lecturers were like, seeing what the other students were like, and thinking, yeah, it's pretty good. And then I walked along the seafront in the evening, and there were people having bonfires on the beach, drinking water, of course, nothing else, listening to some music and watching the sunset. And I was thinking, yeah, I could live here. This is it. I'm going to study here. My mum was like, you haven't actually seen any other universities. I was like, I don't care. I'm studying here. And it's been 10 years and I haven't left, so I must be doing something right. The university has 18 departments, so it covers a lot of subjects. So whatever you're interested in, come and speak to me. I'm sure we've got something that covers it. We've got nearly 10,000 students and 1,000 international students. We have over 100 countries represented on our campus. For a place that isn't like a Manchester or London, we are incredibly multicultural. So much so that we were voted the most pro-EU place in the UK. Much good that did, but we are very pro-Europe. So the kind of subject areas that you can see are listed here. There's a lot of your traditional subjects, but then there's some kind of more of your practical subjects as well. We are almost world famous for your biology courses, your international politics courses, really interesting there. Psychology, and your business and your usual subjects too. We are also, out of all of the kind of 300 institutions in the UK, 4th for student satisfaction. So this NSS is the National Student Survey. The students themselves vote for if they are happy with their course, for if they're happy with their accommodation, their lecturers, just generally if they're happy with their everything. And we are 4th in the UK and 1st in Wales. So we're quite proud of that. We are, as I said, the oldest university, the best student experience, and top 4 in the UK. We're also top 200 for most international university. I don't really understand what that means, but it's good. So we've got quite a few good accolades behind our back. So the most important thing that you guys are probably interested in is fees, right? Yeah. Are you familiar with the loan that you can get to cover your fees in the UK? There's a few nods and there's a few just blank expressions. I can't tell. So in the UK generally, the fees are about £9,000 and you can get a loan to cover the cost of this for your fees per year. You then only pay this back once you start earning over £21,000 per year, and it's a very small amount that you pay back each time. If after 30 years there's still some money left over, it gets wiped clean and all forgotten about. It's that good. In Wales, it's slightly different to England, in a good way though, so it's a better way. So in Wales, the cost is still £9,000, but the Welsh government is much nicer. So, here comes the laser. So nearly £5,000 of that is paid for by the Welsh government for European students, and you don't have to pay them back. So it's free money. I mean, you have to apply for it and make sure you're eligible, but most of you will be eligible for this. That means that you only have around £4,000 left for the loan to cover. So by the end of your degree, instead of £27,000 worth of debt or more, you've only got about £12,000 or £13,000 worth of debt. It's quite a big difference. It means that you will actually be able to pay it off. It means that all of your savings and all of your, like if your family can help you, can actually go towards paying your accommodation and your living costs. It's a big help. So this is what's happening for the students starting in September this year. For the years forward, we don't know exactly what's going to be happening, but it's going to be similar to this. Again, it's the same kind of repayment. So it's over £21,000 and you pay it back that way. Does that make sense? Have I explained it okay? Again, there's still some blank faces, but I think that might just be a face. So, scholarships, again, the most important thing to you. If your family income is below £35,000, which because of the way the money works, you can get £750 per year. This will be able to pay for your first couple of months accommodation, especially in your first year, to give you time to be able to get a job, get settled, to be able to start your budget properly. There's also an entrance scholarship exam, so it's like 2 exams that you take on a subject of your choice. It doesn't have to be the subject that you want to study, but usually you would choose that one. If you do really well on this, you can get £2,000 a year as free money. If you do okay, you can get £1,000. If something goes really wrong on the day and you do really badly in the exam, nothing happens to your application. You're still considered just like anybody else. So it's worth a go, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So if on the day you write complete rubbish on that exam, nothing happens to your application. There are other scholarships available as well, but they're all going to be on our website. And some departments have special awards for really good students. So if you're kind of a straight A student, come and have a word, and I can tell you about them. So because your fees are basically taken care of the loan, sorted, forget about the fees for a bit. The next big cost that you've got is your accommodation, which you can, if you've got the money, go for the really luxurious accommodation that's nicer than my house. It wasn't there when I was a student, so I didn't have the option, but I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So that is about £120 per week. You get your own bathroom, you get a double bed, and it's very, very modern. If you want, you can go to more of the budget style of the rooms, which is what I did, and it's about £85 per week. You share a bathroom with about 6 or 7 people, and you share a big kitchen, like this one, with leather sofas and all your kitchen equipment with about 6 or 7 people. It's the best way to make friends at uni. It's a really good, fun way to start your university experience. It includes, these costs includes everything, your electricity, your internet, your water, your security, everything. It also means that you live on campus. So then if there are any parents in here, you know they're going to be safe. You know they're not going to get lost, although they might get lost, but that's their own fault. And you know that they're not going to get lost in paying their bills or confused about their electricity payments, or all of a sudden their internet bill goes up. So it's a kind of a safe way. And you're guaranteed accommodation with us. So if you apply, you will automatically get this. And it's not too expensive. Your then extra costs will be just mainly living costs. So as a student, I was doing kind of 60 to 80 pounds per week, and I had a pretty good social life. And it wasn't that long ago that inflation has affected this. So that amount, you'd be fine. So if you've got a part-time job, which most will, so if you work in a hotel, cafe, restaurants, or work for the university, you can easily be able to pay for your just kind of living costs. Okay? Yeah, so it means that studying in the UK is actually accessible. A lot of people think they need some kind of millionaire grandfather to be able to give them money to be able to study in the UK. It's not true. It's really not true. And the loan to cover your fees is really accessible too. All you have to do is go to Student Finance Wales, if you choose a Welsh university, and apply through them. It's Student Finance England if you go to an English university, but it's twice the cost. They're going to hate me for saying all of this. It depends what you want to study, of course. We don't do every course. But if there is one that isn't on this list, let me go back. It's going to take ages, isn't it? Yeah. So we do 18 departments, and most of them will cover one of your courses. There we go, I found it. Is there any questions at the moment, or anything that you want me to cover that I haven't already? Have you all lost your voice boxes all of a sudden? Yeah? So most people will ask me questions about, okay, so what is it like to study there? What is the social life like there? What societies are on? And generally, you have societies that cover any interest. There's a Harry Potter society. There is a lacrosse society. There's a chess society. There's a water gun society. So they basically just run around the campus shooting each other with water pistols. I don't get it. We have departments that take their students away for trips. And we have every course, you have the ability of doing a year abroad. I know you'll already be studying abroad, but okay, so it's like a year abroad. That makes sense. So I had a friend who studied law with us, and she did her first and second year, and then she went to Utrecht University in the Netherlands to study law, then came back and finished her degree with us. She then went to go and get a job, and she got a job so quickly, and we asked the employer, like, why did you give her the job? Because she had something different. The amount of people would be like, I've got a first in my law degree. And they're like, okay, I've got a first in my law degree. I got a first in my law degree, but I studied for a year in the Netherlands. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. That's something quite interesting. Not everyone has that. So it's these kind of extra add-ons that help you get the job in the end. And that's basically why we're all here, right? To be able to get a job afterwards, basically. You've also got integrated years in industry. So courses like our computer science courses, so robotics or games design, we had a student go and work for Nintendo in Germany for a year as part of his course. We got him that year's work experience. He came back, finished his degree, and Nintendo were like, yeah, come back and work for us. Just play games. Or no, he creates the games. I'm sure he does work. So all of these opportunities are available to you, and it's up to you to put your name forward to go for that extra mile on your degree. Everybody has a 3-year degree. What else can you add on to it? A year abroad, a year in industry, joining the Harry Potter Society, joining the scuba diving society, going surfing, doing a year abroad. My friend did environmental studies and did a year abroad in Costa Rica. I'm not really sure what he was doing. He was just playing around in a rainforest. but he was helping this farm create a ecological friendly tourist spot. So then he came back, finished his degree, and then everyone thought that his CV was the best in the world, because it probably was. So it's these kind of opportunities that you can have, but you just have to put your name forward. So basically what I'm trying to say is, it's not just about the degree when going to university. It's about all of the other experiences that you can get and the degree. So when you're looking at universities, look at all of the opportunities that other students have been able to do and see what you can sign up your name for and go for it. Okay? Thank you for being such an amazing audience. I've gone quite quickly, I'm sorry. But is there any questions or stuff you want me to clarify or mention? Have you lost the ability to put a hand up? Oh, no, hi.
Okay. What are the entrance, like?
I forgot to mention them. Yeah, that's a good point. So depending on the course, depends on the entrance entry requirements that we would have had. So we're generally looking for around a minimum of 2 in your Slovakian high school overall. But then if you study for one, like biological sciences, we would need a very high grade in your biology.
We're studying in the IBO.
International Baccalaureate? Okay. So we would be generally asking for 30 to 34. At some courses, maybe 36. It depends. We've got courses that have an integrated year, integrated masters, so we'll ask for more, and others that don't. So, but on our website, it details the IB scores. So Slovakian high school, minimum of 2, with some courses asking for subject-specific grades too. And then in the International Baccalaureate, minimum of 30. We will also ask for English language qualifications. So that's the usual kind of CAE, FCE, or IELTS. 6.0 in IELTS. Any other questions? Have I said everything so fantastically that you don't have any questions? Yes, thank you. Okay, if you do have questions, but you don't want to say it right now, I'm going to be sat at my desk for the rest of the afternoon. So please come up, take some of the leaflets, take one of my cards so you can contact me. It's my job to be able to help you through this, so I'm happy to help anyway. All right, thank you so much for listening.